Fighter chief second only.
Boxing analyst Max Kellerman, Roy Jones, also what a loaded division this is.
Certainly is.
Supremacy in this division means something for the counter.
Yes, a very good you got to like about Donaire is the experience set Nicholas up and get a little closer to land his power shot, to get his power in.
Literate. Good fight. That's about Walters that Donaire is on the top of his game.
He has done a lot of learning on the job. Vic Darchinian.
He overpowered who was giving Nonito Texas the preceding year before Donaire took it very clearly here. Was not ruled a knockdown. Had it been a knockdown, it would have been.
That can hurt Donaire. Has knocked him down or out. Interesting to see what happens if Walters
here about not waiting, forcing Walters to landing some shots.
And that was the first big left hook of the fight. The first time Walters taken out.
By CompuBox count, maybe the most effective punch. Max Kellerman pointed it out toward the end of the round, right into the mouth of Nonito.
Didn't land on the face when Donaire went knockdown, but I agree.
In this ring, main event headline fighter those nights.
Walters trying to get Donaire.
Well,
left hook to the.
Yeah, you see the experience there is also taking the bite on there.
So in the
15-0 at that time, I think.
Got it.
And Sanchez wound up stopping Azuma Nelson in the fifth fight.
But what a fight! These two guys are playing for keeps. Yeah, he's not him. He's trying to win. I think Donaire's cut now.
Hard right hand by Walters. Body shots by Walters. Got in a right cross. Jab lands for Walters. Left hook for Walters and left hooks for Donaire. Second left hook. The cut was caused by a punch, not by a butt. Threw more, landed, and then in the closing got hurt.
I mean, you know, you do that to a guy, you have him drunk, walking around.
Him drunk at about the two good enough.
Good enough.
And now Donaire's on the. He can hurt Walters. And he's
Nonito Donaire.
Don't know that he still had mentality that when he wants to go right back, power, even at strong kid.
He's having his way. May have gotten just a
hang that until the fight started. Same thing is happening here with Nicholas.
Knockout punch. If the other guy lands the jab, you're still in the fight. You lose the
quick left hooks insers. Now Donaire lands the left hook.
Donaire's throwing right now. Knockout on it. Have the experience to do.
Had success whenever he's
left jab. If he had a good right hand, he would have a real problem in front. See, a right hand is as straight as the left. Oh, right uppercut.
The uppercut was full power. How have you scored it through?
27, but then Nonito 29, 20.
Far is pretty clear. He gives Donaire chance.
Confidentially. He needs to do something as the older fighter again, or do something as though he's the lesser fighter in the fight.
Walters taking his left hook. Doesn't feel he asked for that earlier in the fight.
Donaire can hurt him.
He can at some point vision about whether to go
punch and whether it's inside or busy.
Point. Round Walters through and then it catches the eye.
Against smaller earlier in Donaire's career when realizing his physical advantages.
Well, the eye is not looking good, Max. Walters is steadily making it work.
Yeah, Donaire, he's losing the contest to a longer fighter, and he's for the first time in his career. He needs some drama.
Nicholas is also doing
of 22 in the jab category, according to CompuBox. There has to find another way.
There's also winning the fight, except for that left hook at the end of the. Donaire's been in trouble at the end of the second.
Because he can't let Walters continue to attack. If not, that's going to continue to happen. But you're free willing. And that means free.
So what Donaire needs to do is stand his ground.
What he's doing right, but he isn't throwing body. That's puzzling to me because the younger fighters throwing headshots. The veteran is the one forgetting the headshot, forgetting the.
Spears him again with the right hand. Walters not as effective at close range like that. Took inside, lands for Donaire.
Now hooks.
But Donaire has to be careful in here because he's the guy with the bad.
By those left hooks just then.
And still.
There's that Walters uppercut.
So Nonito Donaire so far is giving Nick keep going from round to round.
He still going to Nonito's body a chance he gets. Shot there by Nonito, but you see him come right back with it.
When Walters keeps him at the end of that jab, there's not a lot.
Professional training in the gyms of Panama City in Panama to be Roberto Duran, but he is Roberto Duran. Fight with the same energy.
He actually gets more experience in the fight against Vic Darchinian until it's unreal.
Donaire's got to come up with a big hook here.
Donaire.
Whereas he was slapping with that right hand while Donaire's back was on the ropes.
Yes, he did. When he hurt Donaire, he's come. Now Donaire's on the outside.
There's that jab.
It comes from the same part.
Yesterday, that in the Darchinian fight, in between rounds, after Darchinian, certain point in this fight, if he can't win again, Went out and came from
his back. That he wants to have a career that will go down and next to go from here to 130 pounds and then 135. All of that thinking could change if this gets going tonight.
Well, for him, the young guys pretty rough for a guy like Donaire.
suffers from the talent of the gift where he was so fat and technically had a less gifted athlete. Now doesn't have as much of that to fall.
He got face up first, he gets the advantage. He's in first.
He may be, but
Hard right hand by Walters. Donaire gets in a left hook. Walters with 2 more right hands.
He won't get up this time.
He's up, but Raul Kayers has seized.
and that could be the end. One of the significant fighters of...
Let me just give credit to some...
Super World Champion of the WBA, the KO King from Jamaica, Nicholas X-Man